Okay, hello everyone. It's Marianne tonight with you. Welcome to Queen and Company Facebook. Tonight we're doing a live and introducing some of our new toppings that are releasing tonight. Now we've always done really nice big toppings. These right here are called crushed glass, and it's a crushed glass bundle. Now my favorite one, if you can see, is this one right here on top. It's like multicolored. Now, I don't know if this is real glass. It sure does seem like it. Will it cut you? I highly doubt it. Don't eat it, but it is so super pretty. Really pretty in real life. I'm hoping it comes through on the camera. And then, of course, we just have a rainbow of gorgeous colors. Purple is missing from here because I've pulled it out to share something else with you in a minute. I just wanted to make sure you guys all get to see these beautiful toppings. Now, this is something new for us. This is what we call a sampler bundle. These are new pearlies. Aren't those adorable? We've seen pearls before. These might be a little bit different in color. Every batch is a little slightly different, but this is a rainbow as well. And there's no green in here because I've pulled it out. Of course, I'm working with green tonight, so look how beautiful these are. Now, if you can see, these are much smaller than these here. So this is what we call a sampler bundle, and this is just a regular bundle. Now, last week I introduced to you the mini bundle of pops. Mini sampler bundle, excuse me. And of course there's a rainbow of these as well. I've pulled out the green and the purple of these. So there's two more colors in here. So what I wanted to show to you tonight is what the difference is between the two. You can see size-wise, there's quite a big difference. But if you look at these two bundles, I pulled out purple because I was definitely not pulling out green. Anyway, you can see here the crushed glass. These are slippery suckers. It reminds me of Pretty Woman. These are crushed glass, and these are the pops. These are meant to give you just a little sample. And then if you really like it, you can always purchase a smaller or a larger bundle or a larger amount in the regular sized, regular size toppings. So crushed glass and pops, and this is from the regular bundle, and this is from our sampler bundle. Do you see the difference? Quite a big difference. Now these right here are at a much better price point for your wallet, of course, but you don't get as much. For a little bit more, you can get quite a few. I wish I had pops in this size so I could really show you the difference. But I promise you, they are gorgeous. Now, I think these should be mixed all together and made into the rainbow pops like we saw last week. If you've missed any of our lives, you can find those over on the in the events section of our main Facebook page. I'm just going to not toss these over, kind of place these over here. These go with this one. But we also wanted to share with you tonight, we have a free gift with a $49 order. So you get 4 of these epoxy hearts, and these hearts are really pretty. Now, I've backed these on a white piece of paper, hoping that you can see them a little bit better. But you get 3 different types. It's kind of like a little sampler on this as well. You get the matte color, the regular epoxy, and then you get the sparkly, like glittery, in each of the colors. So matte, shiny epoxy, and glittery. Now, this only comes in the 4 colors, and this will be the free gift tonight with the purchase of $49. Now, when you have $49 placed in your account of product, you will be given the option to select the free gift. If you do select the free gift, you will not be able to use any coupons or rewards. It is not valid with anything like that. But if you choose not to use or receive the free gift, then you can use your coupons or rewards. Now, this free gift does expire on March 9th. So be sure to grab this as quickly as you can. If they do run out of stock, it may end earlier. But I think I love the white one. The white one's probably my favorite. So I'm going to just set that aside, and I am going to set the free little gift here in the corner. I just don't want you to miss these gorgeous toppings. Now, we do have another topping coming out really soon. Just beware. I have seen those. They're actually really pretty. But for tonight, or for tonight's live, I told you, or I gave you the hint that I am doing nothing but green. Well, I start with green, and then I changed my mind, and I went, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I started with green, so I pulled out a whole bunch of toppings, a whole bunch of bling, and I was going to do green, 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 green. So I started with green, and I started with the Lucky Day kit. But I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. So I just wanted to share with you what I do here. Uh-oh. Can everyone still hear me? Did my sneeze lose you all? So here is a binder that I keep all of my sketches in. I keep them, first one, Ginger is just so clever with her organizational skills. So I tried to emulate her. I am far from her. So I have kept page 1 all the way up to our newest sketches. So tonight, I got to go to the back. Tonight, I created some cards for you using our most recent sketch, and it's page 42 if you've collected them all, or 191, 2, 3, and 4 if you've been paying attention and collecting all of them. So I'm going to just move this aside. I just wanted to show you how I organized those. Super simple. I don't think you need anything more than that 1/4 inch, I think, binder, unless you want to keep all of the other sketches in there as well. So this card, if you can see, is based on sketch number 191. I'm hoping that you can see that. My computer has lost the video, so Wendy said that you could still hear me, so I'm going to just keep going. Oops, I got some glue, spiderweb glue. Do you ever get spiderweb glue? Yeah. Let me see if I can't get that off of there. Sorry about that. So I chose to do 191 first, and I did it with green, trying to stick with the St. Patrick's Day theme. So I went St. Patrick's Day for this one, and this one is from, this little shamrock is from our Lucky Day kit. It's a Lucky Day shape shaker. It's really sweet. It's got a 3-leaf clover, a 4-leaf clover, St. Patrick's Day hat, and a rainbow. So I love it. I did make a mistake on which die that Ginger intended us to use. I used one that was much skinnier, but no one will know. If I didn't tell you, you would never know. So that was from sketch number 191, sorry. And then sketch 192, I decided to go green again. So I went with the Dad Shape Shaker. This one is a classic. It has some really great sentiments with it. You get a mustache, which is absolutely my favorite. Of course, you get the tie. You get a Superman type of an emblem that says Dad across it. And there's one more shape. I forget right offhand. But again, I stuck with the whole green theme. So if you're wondering where all these papers come from, I just went through all of my Queen Company paper pads, 6x6 pads, and I pulled out every green that I had. And this dark one here and this light one inside the shamrock, they're just some cardstock. So it just shows you can continue using our kits with cardstock or random paper pads that you may have. So here's 191, 192. In 191, you can see that I use the pops, and I paired them with some clear diamonds from my stash. I've had those for quite some time. And then for the tie, the 192 sketch, I went and I got some darker circles, pops. Can't remember what the technical term is or the title for that is, but I also included some crushed glass in there. Though I really, really like those toppings. So you can see 192 here. You see that right there, 192, and I went ahead and did the sketch of that. Now, Ginger did come back with a new typo in here, not a typo, but missing a couple numbers. I just wrote it in instead of wasting ink. thought it was a little easier for that. I probably should have printed it for this evening's live video. But so those are my first two. And then I did a third. I was tired of green, so I decided to do 194 next. And instead of keeping the way it was, I turned it on its side. Let's see. Boy, I'm clumsy tonight. So I did sketch 194 for my next card, and I turned it like this. You can take these sketches and just build whatever you want to build off of these. You do not have to do exactly like Ginger recommends. This is just for some inspiration. We have so many sketches, and they're just so helpful. They're even helpful to me. You know, I do so many cards with Queen and Company that sometimes these jumpstart my creativity. I was going to say jumpstart my soul, but jumpstart my creativity. So instead of going solid green, I went with a little bit more of a blue green, and I went with a lot more white. You can tell that I was quite tired of the greens. So instead of going solid greens and mixing and matching, I dug out the Sending Love paper pad, and it's got some gorgeous muted tiny detailed flowered papers and polka dots and stripes, and it's just one of my most favorite paper pads. And I did a little vellum. That's from the Fancy Flower Kit. Sorry, took me a second. These leaves are from the Fancy Flower Kit as well. And then all of these other shapes are from the foundations that are listed on the sketch. So I thought that one was really fun. It is still green, very green, yet it's not as green as those. So I'm going to move my toppings. Although tonight is all about toppings, you can see in this Fancy Flower that I have some of the iridescent, like multicolored pearlies that are from my stash. I mixed in some dark green metal rubles, and I also added some crushed glass. I'm hoping you can see that close up. I can see it perfectly. I just love it. I can tell that I'm really going to use some of that crushed glass, quite a bit of it. So those are the three cards that I created for you ahead of time. The last card on the sketch is 193. I did not design that, or I cut everything else for us so that we'd be able to do this a little bit more simply, but I did not put it together. Oh, one last green card that I wanted to share. I made this last week on the live, and I just had to share it one more time. It is from the Gumball Kit. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here, this is coming back in stock. Go back on the website and search Gumball and make sure you get a notification. There's a place that says email me when available. You just tuck in your email in that little section, and as soon as this comes back in stock, you will get an email. And because it's mostly green, I popped it in this live for you tonight again. So I'm going to create sketch number 193 with you tonight. I know that this is kind of a quick live, but it's so much fun. So these are little vintage dishes that I find all over the place at antique stores, but I decided to put some white pearls, green pearls, and then from the Hoppy Easter kit, I dug out some purple and green they look like ice cream sprinkles. Aren't they adorable? I'm hoping you can see that close up. Oh, I just love it. Love it. It's a little dark up there. Sorry. Aren't those so cute? Anyway, this is what I do. If I'm going to mix and match some toppings, I'll get a dish and I'll make a little concoction, kind of like a recipe. Then if I don't like it, I haven't ruined a whole bunch of toppings. But I will tell you, as I'm setting this up for us to create, I'll tell you that I found a whole bunch of toppings on my floor today, or yesterday, today. I've just been making quite a few cards, and I started a little jar of all the leftovers, like one of this, one of that, and I am saving those for when I have the perfect card, and I will fill it with all my leftovers, and I won't be able to tell you what's in it. So so what happens with these sketches, I go through and I find out which numbers relate to which die that Ginger is suggesting, and I go pick it out of my where I store my dies. Actually, the way I store my sketches is the same way I store my dies, but I do organize them on metallic sheets, so each of those binders is quite heavy. So here we're going to start with a white card base like we did with all the other cards. I'm just going to add some adhesive inside and remove it later. I just want to be able to keep this shut. Now for my base paper, what happens in a sketch is that she'll suggest different patterns. Like maybe you want your base paper as a polka dot. Maybe you want this small skinny strip as a stripe. This one here is a chevron, and this one here I think is a chevron as well. And then she shows you where you can use white. It's really, really helpful because sometimes patterns don't always mix, but if you stick with one of our paper pads, all of those patterns and colors all mix together. So I'm using the Hoppy Easter paper pad tonight. I believe that's what it's called. And so I dug out the first die, and it was from it's number 8, and I cut that out and I ran it through my machine with one of the backdrop dies from bundle number 1. Can you see the pattern on there? I love it. Now that set comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. The one I used is missing. I must have placed it off to the side. So this one comes with 5 background dies. Backdrop dies, excuse me. And we do have a bundle number 2. That will be restocked as well. Oh, here it is. That will be restocked as well. Just go ahead, like I told you, with the gumball machine and add your email in the email me when available. And that will come right back in stock soon. So you want to make sure you get that on your name on the list so we can tell you so that it doesn't sell out too quickly and you get your chance. Okay, so I'm going to just add adhesive to the back of this card. Now, I just need some credit from all these cards that I have made today. I didn't use a lot of foam tape. I was so proud of myself. I'm going a little bit flatter today. Now, this is number 12. Well, I decided that I wanted this one with the circles in it. I can't show you right this second. Here, you can see, it's hard to see on white paper. But do you see the polka dots all around the edges? I believe this is from 21. 21? And I am going to use that one. And I didn't want to waste my paper, so I placed that large circle on half of, or 3/4 of the paper. So I did not cut a full circle with that. So I'm going to place this here. She doesn't show the full circle on here, so I wanted to make sure that I did the same thing on this one. Now, how much adhesive do you guys use behind something? Sometimes I wonder if my stuff is going to stay in place. Is it going to fall off in a couple months? I haven't had any trouble, but sometimes I feel like maybe I don't use quite enough. I like a wet adhesive for doing shakers, but I like a dry adhesive like this, tape runner, for paper to paper. Okay, so then this would be the next item that I'm going to use or lay down, and I've already pre-cut that, and I've used this green. Here's where the green comes in. Can you tell that I have removed myself from the green situation a little bit? I've decided that I've had enough green, and I probably will not touch green for a while. Although I love them. I think they all came out pretty cute, so I'm not mad at myself for using green. And then the next little strip on the sketch has a strip going down right in here. And this one is a little narrow, so I'm going to use an adhesive. And I'm going to place that to the left of the green piece of paper. There we go. I lost my needle that fast. Okay, so now those are down. Now you can see where my green is coming back in, right? Then I decided, okay, so I'm going to put a purple circle down here, and I had a larger circle. Where did she go? Here, oh, it blended in with the hearts. I'm sorry. And I'm going to put this one right up here with the circle flowers. I think that's beautiful. And then we have a sentiment that will go across here. And I love it. And these are old. These are from my stash. Queen and Company put these out, I think, last year. But I want this as my bunny butt really badly. So we're going to use it tonight. So there's something that I wanted to share with you. If you are a first-time designer or shaker card maker, I want to point something out. Many of you may already know. I do not have the outline dies for this kit. So what happens when I run the die through the machine is I get two pieces. I get this one and then the inner piece. Well, without having the outline die, it's okay, because what I do is I run it through white paper again, and I flip it over and I tape the heck out of it. Now it's going to be a shaker, so I don't want any of those lines to be loose, because I don't want any of my shakers to fall out. So I put a whole bunch of tape around the two connecting papers, and from the front you can barely tell once I've put this together. I'll show you in just a second. So I wanted to point that out to you. So now I'm going to put my foam tape on my bunny body, and we're going to make our shaker. So I like to do it from the back. I've seen a lot of people do it a lot of different ways. I like to line it up a little bit more from the back instead of putting my head in underneath the camera and try to line it up. Oh, look, and I didn't do a very good job. But everything's white tonight, so it'll be okay. So you can see on the inside here that a little bit of line. Let me see. Can I fix that? Nope. Once I stuck it, it's down. But that's okay. It'll come out just fine. Now, has anyone seen this in the shop? This is brand new as well. It is called the, oh my goodness. Wendy, what is this called? It's the puffer. Let me think. It is called the Powder Puff Anti-Static Tool. Now, top comes off. Oh, well, actually, let me show you. So down here at the bottom, you will unscrew the black, and then there's a piece inside where you'll unscrew the white or pop the white out. You take a mini funnel or small funnel and you insert baby powder or cornstarch. Baby powder smells better, but cornstarch probably works better. But if you only have one on hand, that's what you put in here. Now, this tool does not come with the powders, but I did put some in here so you could see, because we're going to use it tonight. And then what happens is you take the top off and you have your powder tool. Oh, did you see that puff of smoke? That was some powder. It comes right out through the center of the tool. So I want to just use my brush lightly on the inside to make sure that I've removed as much static as I can. So when I enter or submit my toppings to the center here, they won't go and jump all over the place. There'll be less static. Now, it's impossible to get the top on. So it was designed where you move the black bar up. Whoa, excuse me. And then you put the top on, and then you can close it up. It's almost like lipstick. I feel it's very much like lipstick. So, very cool tool. A lot of people ask about all kinds of different anti-static tools. This is a great one. I love it. It's almost like a makeup brush. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my bunny right to my card, and I'm going to fill it in place so I don't have to move it around much. All right, so we're going to place that bunny right in here. Okay, I'm going to add my circle, my larger circle up here towards the top, my smaller purple circle down at the bottom, and it looks just like this. That's cute. I love it. All right, now my bunny's in its spot. I'm going to go ahead and add the concoction of toppings that I made earlier for you. Okay, maybe I overstuffed it, but that's okay with me. Oh yes, this is nice and full. You don't have to go that full. I absolutely love it. Oh, I love a big, heavy shaker. Might not shake much, but I love all those toppings. We're going to set it up right in a minute, and we're going to see how much it does actually shake. You can cut down on some of that. You don't necessarily need to use all of that. Plus, you may not want to waste as much as I just did. All right, oh, I put this on backwards, people. And those little pearlies are being very forgiving because they're not normally static free. It must be the tool. All right, there we go. So I've added my acetate. Usually that doesn't come up very easily. So, oh, that's cute. It shakes a little. Oh, it's adorable. Don't add as much if you don't like that much in there, but are you guys heavy toppingers, or do you like them a little bit lighter in topping? This is a little extreme. I don't usually go this heavy. How much do you normally place in there? Maybe fill half the body, only a quarter of the body. Which topping would you use tonight out of the new ones? Would you use the crushed glass, pearls, maybe the pops that I showed you last week that I just showed you again today? There we go. That's cute. Just making sure. My friend Norma Mooney sent me these. I love them. I've used them every day since I got them. I didn't have a paperweight type of a thing, so they're very helpful to me. Thank you. All right, now I am going to use a little bit of foam tape. I want to, oh, I should have moved my bunny down some. I want to put some behind the sentiment so the sentiment pops a little bit, and my bunny, it's competing with my bunny. I wonder, I didn't use a wet adhesive. If I'm careful, I might be able to lift him up and move him down. Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen, it's magic. He moved. I'm not going to stick push. I'm going to see where I like him and then put my title and then bring him back up a little bit to be near my title, or my sentiment, if you will. Oh, that's cute. All right, now I'm going to push. That's where I want him. What do you think? I think he's cute. Now I'm just going to get a glue dot for this bunny butt. It's kind of like a felt style flower. Now in the kit, you can make your own bunny bum, if you will. It's with the paper. And it's cut just like this. How cute is that? Now that is just as cute, if not cuter than this. This is a little cumbersome, but you can always hand deliver this card, or I'm not sure, mail it in a padded envelope. That won't squish down very low, so you're going to want to maybe do something a little less. All right, do you remember these last week, the tiny trio dots? I want to get some purple because I don't want to use green tonight. Now, I did ruin my backs of these, but that's okay. Now, I don't want too much purple. So see the back, I had taped these to a paper last week to make them look really pretty, and it stuck to the back of my plastic. But that doesn't matter. Oh, here is the green one that I have used all night. These are the tiny trios. All right, let's see where. We'll put the green there and a little baby green up here. And I think I need another purple. We'll just put a purple on the... I don't want to have too much. I feel like there's a lot of competing patterns on this one, plus texture from my backdrop die. Isn't that cute? I love it. I can't wait to read all of your comments about how much you stuff your shakers. I certainly like to stuff mine. You know that. Except this one might have been a little overstuffed. But that's okay. I'll know better next time. I feel like I should be punished for using so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember that we have a free gift with the purchase of $49. Here are the 4 colors of hearts that you will receive. These epoxy hearts are adorable. So those will be available until the 9th unless they sell out quicker. Here are some really pretty green samples. The gumball machine. make sure that you check out all of the new toppings, the pearlies, the crushed glass, and the pops that I shared last week. I thank you so much for being with me tonight. I've had a great time. I will go through, answer any questions that you might have in the comments, and I'll see you next week.